Hey there, Pam. I was just curious if you're done working already.
Oh, hey, Greg. Yeah, I actually am just getting home right now.
Nice. I hope you had a good day.
It was all right, thanks for asking. What about you? Are you home?
I'm actually still on the bus heading home right now.
Oh, I see. Well, I hope that you're doing okay. Is there something you wanted to ask me about?
Well, you know how you and I were talking about finding a new place to live now that you and I are married.
Yeah, of course I do. We said that we were going to go talk to a real estate agent in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, I know we said we were going to do that, but maybe we shouldn't.
Oh, you don't want to go and talk to someone about buying a house? Why? Did something happen? What are we going to do about a house? Because I don't think that your apartment is going to be big enough to fit us both and still be comfortable.
Yeah, you're right about my apartment. It's just, it wouldn't work for you and I.
I know that, but then what are you suggesting? Because I really do think that we need to find a place to live together soon.
I know, and I still think we can look around for what's on the market, but I also think that a house for you and I just isn't the only option.
Oh, really? Well, then what other options are you thinking of?
I was thinking that we could always just move into your house. I mean, you do have plenty of room there, right?
But I thought you were always complaining about how old that house is, right?
Sure, it might be a little old, but it's not like we can't still live there. And besides, it would save us the trouble of having to shop around since you already own it, right?
I mean, I guess you're right. I did inherit it after my grandma passed away.
Yeah, you said that the house went to you and not your parents, right? So why bother looking for a new place?
Yeah, my parents were already living somewhere else and said they didn't need it. But ever since my grandma died, no one's been living there and it's been getting older. So I guess if you're really fine living in such an old place, then we could make it work. I mean, I just agreed to take it on thinking we might be able to flip it when we bought our house together.
Yeah, but I really don't see why you and I wouldn't just be able to live there with each other. I mean, if we were worried about space, that house has plenty of it. I really think that we should just move in there.
Are you sure about this? You really want to live in my grandma's old house? Even though it's so old, you really don't mind at all?
I really don't care at all about how old it is. I think that we have a place and we should just take advantage of it. I mean, we'd save so much money not having to pay rent or mortgage on some new place. I think there's more reason to live there than to not.
I get that, but there's going to be money we'll have to spend renovating the house a bit. And so I'm not sure how beneficial it will ultimately be in the end. Not to mention it's about a half-hour drive to the city from there.
Yeah, but I think if we tried to get a place like that in the city, that would cost so much more, right? And we shouldn't just let a house that you already own go to waste.
I suppose you do have a point there, Greg. I was pretty shocked when we were looking at the prices in the city. I guess it really is a good thing that I agreed to take the house.
Exactly. If anything, you should keep it for your grandma. She wanted you to have the house, and we should respect that. So let's move in there. Don't you think that's what your grandma would have wanted you to do, Pam?
Well, she did arrange for me to have it, so I guess that must mean she wanted me to live here. And I won't lie, I do like the style of the house. Not to mention it would be much more fun moving into a place with so much space. And it's just been such a hassle looking for a new place to move into.
That's what I'm saying. We would love to move in that house once we fix it up. There's so much space and potential. It's perfect.
It really is true. I mean, there used to be 4 people living in that house when my grandma and mom were younger. But it was way too big for my grandma to live in and too big for me, too.
Well, then it sounds like it's perfect for us, however many kids we might have in the future.
You know, you drive a hard bargain, Greg, but I really like the idea of keeping the house my grandma lived in occupied with her family.
Of course, the house is like a part of your family at this point. It would be just a shame to sell it to someone else. Besides, I'm sure that your grandma would be very happy knowing that we wanted to keep it.
Okay, you've convinced me.
So then, you really want to live there with me? This is great. I'll talk to my building manager and cancel my lease so that we can make the move.
Got it. You do that. And let me know if you need any help packing up and moving things.
Yeah, I probably will have to ask you for some help there. I have a bunch of stuff that I should get rid of before the move. I know that we're going to have more space, but there's no use in cluttering it up with my crap.
Well, I certainly won't argue with that. Besides, moving is always a good chance to do some cleaning. So anyways, just let me know what the timeline for the move is going to look like, and I'll be there when you need me. I'm really looking forward to this.
Hey there, Pam. Hope you're having a good night.
Are you finally done with work, Greg?
Yeah, I'm just finishing up at the office, and I'm going to be heading home soon.
Well, I'm really sorry that you got kept so late today, but I made you dinner, so hurry home and eat.
Oh, thank you, but you didn't have to go out and do that. Besides, I was just going to stop by my mom's house on the way back, actually.
Oh, really? You're going to visit your mom again? You've been going there every day for a while now, no?
I know, but it's my mom. She keeps inviting me over to her place.
I see. So then I guess you're going to be having dinner with her again?
Yeah, I think so. I'm sorry about all this, but it will be dinner time by the time I get back there.
I know, but I'm just getting a little tired of eating by myself, you know?
I know, but it's not like I can just turn down my mom, you know. She's been living on her own since Dad passed away 5 years ago.
Well, I get that she might be feeling a little lonely these days, but maybe you could just go and visit her a little less and spend some more time at home.
Are you really that upset with me for going to visit my mom like this?
Well, maybe things might be different if your mom and I got along better, but she's always trying to do things to get under my skin, and I feel like this might be another instance of that. I don't know. I have a bad feeling about this.
You think my mom is inviting me to her house to annoy you? I'm sorry, but my mom is just not that kind of person at all.
And I know that to you that really might seem true, but that's not been my experience. When we're alone, she tells me that I look plain or ugly, and she says all kinds of mean things. I just don't get why she feels the need to talk to me like that when I haven't done anything to her.
I think what you need to remember is that my mom was really pretty when she was younger. And you, well, I guess you don't have the same aesthetics. I think that my mom thinks women should be dressing up and wearing jewelry and stuff like that.
I get that, and I can appreciate that your mom has nice tastes. But I don't think that it's right for her to expect everyone to conform to them. Also, please don't ever ask me to cook for your mom again.
Oh, come on. What's wrong with that? It's just cooking.
What's wrong is that your mom always tells me how terrible my food tasted later. I've told you about this. You know that she does this to me.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly a lie, right? She's not wrong about your cooking.
Are you kidding me, Greg? What makes you say that?
It's just that your kind of cooking is like living in a Great Depression or something. Why do you have to pickle everything? It's like you don't know that refrigeration exists, and we always have to eat pickled or boiled food all the time.
I'm sorry that I have a hobby and enjoy making homemade food that we can enjoy. In fact, I'll have you know that it was my grandma from whom I inherited the house that I learned how to pickle things in the first place. You're the one talking about how we should respect my grandmother's memory, so why should that not include her recipes?
Look, I'm not the one who has complaints about your cooking, okay? But if you're going to cook like that, expect people to make comments. Besides, you know that my mom's tastes are just a little more refined. She doesn't want to eat like she's living on a farm.
I still don't think that she should be complaining to me at all. I took the time to think of a recipe, got the ingredients, cooked it all for her to eat. The least she could do is keep her comments to herself.
Okay. I think we're getting away from the main point here. Why do you always get like this when talking about my mom? And can't you understand that I'm still my mom's son? If she invites me to her place, I can't just tell her that I'm not going to go. Please try to understand.
I get that, but I just want you at home earlier, okay?
Okay, I understand that. And that's why I said, I promise that I'll try to make sure that I get home earlier from now on.
Hey, Greg, do you know anything about all these big boxes that are being delivered to our place?
Are they finally arriving? Yeah, those are all my mom's things. I had them sent over from her house. Can you take all of those to the second floor for me, please?
Hold on a second. Why are your mom's things being sent to our house?
Well, because as of today, my mom is going to be moving in with us, of course. So could you please give me a hand getting her things ready?
Excuse me? Since when was this a thing?
Today, I'm on my home with my mom in my car right now, actually.
I thought that you were just going to work today, and what is going on? You never told me your mom was moving in with us.
Well, that's because I knew that if I told you about it, that you would argue with me. I thought if I just waited until the day, you wouldn't be able to say no.
Do you have any idea how unfair and sneaky that is? What is the matter with you?
It's not my fault. You weren't giving me any other choice with how upset you get over my mom.
I wasn't trying to get upset, but I was just letting you know how I was feeling. And besides, what I was telling you was that your mom is really mean to me, so why would I want her living with us?
That's the point. I knew that you wouldn't want it, and so that's why I had to do things like this. Besides, I am sure that the two of you will get along when we're all living together.
I don't care what you think. That is not a risk that you had any right to take. If you wanted your mom to move in with us, then you should have brought it up and talked to me about it.
But it was my mom who suggested moving in with us in the first place. She wanted us to live together. I couldn't just say no to her, and besides, she needs someone who is going to be able to look after her. Plus, you were getting mad about how much time I was spending at her place, but now you don't have to worry about that anymore.
This is not what I was expecting you to do to fix that. Greg, this is not going to work. I am not going to live with your mom.
I really had no idea that you disliked my mom this much. You're her daughter-in-law. You should be trying to get along with her better. Please, can't you just try to make things work with my mom? Pam, for me?
You have no idea just how badly I've been hurt by the way your mom treats me. I've been able to put up with it for this long, but I don't know how I'm going to stand this.
I think you're just being overdramatic, Pam. Where's your charitable spirit? It isn't like we don't have room for her.
This is so much bigger than just your mom, Greg. How could you just go behind my back to do this? Why did you just put your mom before me like this?
Look, this has nothing to do with choosing one over the other. I don't get why women always have to turn things into some kind of contest. The point is that my mom is your mother-in-law, and you should be respectful of her.
Oh, so you think that I'm just being an unreasonable woman? And why would she come to live with us when your mom's house is much nicer than this one?
I know it's nice, but she can't live there anymore. My mom racked up a lot of debt and is going to have to sell the house to pay it all off. It's not just the house, you know. My mom has had to sell a bunch of her stuff as well.
So your mom is in so much debt that she's having to sell her house? How did this even happen?
I think my mom just never really learned how to spend and save money, and after my dad died, she treated herself to too many shopping sprees.
I knew that your mom liked shopping, but I had no idea things were so bad.
Well, it's true, although it still isn't enough to pay back it all, so I want to help my mom pay it back. I want us to help.
And why is paying back your mom's debt something that we should have to do?
Pam, you know that my mom only gets retirement money now. That's barely enough to cover the expenses she needs to live.
And so we're supposed to cover for your mom because she couldn't keep herself from the mall? We were talking about raising children in this house, Greg. How are we going to do that while taking care of your mom?
But there's plenty of room in the house. It'll be fine.
You are being ridiculous and not listening to me at all. I can't talk to you like this.
Are you still really not coming home? Why can't you just grow up and come back?
I'm staying with a friend tonight, if you must know. I don't want to go back there as long as your mom is there.
I can't believe that you're acting like this. Why are you doing this?
Nothing you say is going to change my mind, Greg. You can't force me to do this.
Well, if you don't want to live with my mom, then maybe we should be separated. But are you sure that you want to lose this house?
Oh, don't worry. I won't be the one losing the house, and you won't be able to stay there forever either.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
You mean you still haven't figured it out? That house is being demolished for development plans next year.
Wait, what? When was this decided? I didn't know this was happening.
Well, I was going to talk to you about it, but you were never at home. So I never had the chance to explain this to you, but yes, we got a notice in the mail about having to move out soon.
But they can't just kick us out of the house. You would have had to sell a plot of the land to the development company for this kind of notice to come.
That's right, and that's what I did.
What in the world were you thinking?
I own the house, and I am free to do what I want with it.
But we were supposed to live there. Where are we going to live now?
Oh, I don't care at all where you're going to live, Greg. But as for me, I'm going to take the money I got from selling the house and move into a new place. and you can go and find a new place to live with your mom and not me.
So that's it then? We're just going to keep living apart like this?
No, that isn't right either. You and I are going to be getting a divorce, if you must know.
What? How can you say that? That's taking things too far. Why would we get a divorce?
We're getting a divorce because you pushed me out of my house and I can't live with you anymore.
That isn't what happened at all, and you know it.
Of course it is. You knew that you could get me to leave by bringing your mom to live with us. You only ever had your eyes on that house, but I wasn't going to let you get away with stealing it that easily. So if you want to live apart like this, that's fine. But we're not going to be doing it as husband and wife, I can tell you that much.
Oh, come on. Can't we just talk this out? Don't you think this is getting a bit ridiculous? You know that I don't want to live apart from you or get divorced.
Sounds to me like you're only saying what will work in the moment. But I don't care what you have to say. I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
But then, what about my mom's debt? What is she supposed to do?
Why do you think that should be my problem?
But we were supposed to help take care of her together.
According to who? You? Because I never agreed to any of that. You were the one that just announced that your mom would be moving into my house. Well, I'm not putting up with you or her or any of this anymore. So have a nice life, Greg.
Wait, no, please. You can't do this to me. I don't want to get a divorce. Pam, can't we just talk this out? Hello? Are you even reading these messages anymore? Pam, are you there?
After that, I hired a divorce lawyer and was able to end my marriage to Greg. I heard that Greg and his mom ended up moving into a small apartment together. Greg's mom never managed to get a hold on her spending, and her debt only grew while they were together. Greg had to work more and more hours to try and help pay off his mom's debt, and eventually he collapsed from exhaustion. Things only continued to get worse for the two of them after that. I've heard through the grapevine that the cops have been called several times to their place because of shouting. Eventually, they were both kicked out, and that's when Greg came crying back to me. Of course, by then, I had already remarried and wanted nothing to do with him. Greg left with his tail between his legs and never bothered me again. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. Hey, Nick, are you there? I was just wondering if you were still going to be coming home early.
Oh, hey, Alice. I'm sorry, but it's still too early for me to tell.
Oh, I see. Well, I was just asking because your mom was calling earlier, and she was asking about if she could come over to have dinner with us.
Did she say that? Well, if you guys want to have dinner, you might have to eat without me.
So you mean you want me to have dinner alone with your mom?
What is that supposed to mean? Do you have some kind of problem with my mom? She's your family too now, you know? Don't tell me you have some kind of issue with her now.
Well, it's just, I thought that I told you about how your mom and I don't get along all that well. I mean, whenever she calls, all she talks to me about is having children and how I can take better care of the house. So, honestly, no, I don't really like having to spend one-on-one time with her.
Well, nobody can do anything about the fact that you can't have any kids. But at least you can do is try to make my mom feel better about the whole thing.
I have nothing but respect for your mom, Nick. I hope you know that. But I just can't understand why it is that she dislikes me this much.
I don't know. I think she's getting to the age where she's really wanting to have grandchildren. I mean, we've already been married for 3 years, you know? So even I'm starting to get just a little bit worried about when you're finally going to get pregnant.
I get that, and it's something I think about too. But I just wish that you would take my side a little more often.
And just why would I do that? What is there even to take sides on?
Well, I just mean that having a baby is something that has to be done between two people, right?
I know how babies are made. Thank you very much. What is your point? What are you trying to get at here? Huh?
I'm just saying that I can't make a baby on my own, so maybe the issue isn't all with me.
Oh, I see what this is about. You're saying that this is all my fault, aren't you? You're blaming me for why we don't have a baby.
That's not what I'm saying at all, but I just wish that you wouldn't act like we all knew it was my fault either.
I don't know what you want me to do about that. If you can't get pregnant, then I don't see who else's fault that would even be.
But Nick, I went to go and talk to the doctors and they told me that I didn't have anything wrong with me. So then you think that it all might be just the timing of having the baby? Because like I said, the doctors don't think that it's anything that I'm doing wrong.
Well, I know that I don't have anything wrong with me either, so there. How can you say that you're not doing anything wrong when it's been 3 years and you're still not pregnant? As far as I'm concerned, there's no other problem that can be preventing us from having kids besides you. Or maybe you and I just aren't as compatible as we thought. Maybe we just waited too long. I mean, we were in our 20s when we got married, and now we're already in our 30s. I think that I was better off trying to find someone younger to marry. Then at least I could be sure that her ovaries weren't all shivered up like yours.
How could you say something like that to me? I know plenty of women who have had kids at my age.
Well then, why don't you try for once, huh? Honestly, how about you worry about your own issues before you complain about my mom?
Okay, fine then, but I just want to let you know that all of this pressure your mom is putting on me is going to affect me. If I'm stressed out all the time, then the chances that I'll get pregnant get much, much lower. So if you really do want me to get pregnant, then you should just ask your mom to back off a little.
This is the first time I've ever heard of that. You probably just made that up so you can try and deflect from what I'm telling you.
You've really never heard of that? I don't just get stressed when your mom talks to me. That stress follows me throughout my day.
I don't get how you think you're qualified to talk about stress when you're just a housewife anyways. Don't you know how many women are out there working a full-time job while pregnant?
I know that, but I still don't think that you're being fair to me.
Why can't you just listen to what my mom has to say? You know that everything she has to say is all for your own sake, right? Besides, you'll only be with her for a few hours. It's not going to be that bad.
Nick, it's already 11 o'clock. When are you going to be coming home?
I'm sorry, Alice, but I'm actually not going to be coming home today at all. It's too late, and I don't think the trains are going to be running by the time I get off. So I'll just find somewhere to post up for the night, and I'll go to work just like that in the morning.
Nick, you've been coming home later and later lately. Is your work really that busy?
Of course it's busy. That's why I haven't been able to come home on time. But you don't have to worry about me. If I tell you that I'm going to be coming home late, you can just eat dinner and go to bed before me.
I guess I can do this, but I just was really hoping that you'd start coming back home at your regular time this month.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say. It's not up to me. It's up to my work, and they still want me around.
Well, did you know that your mom has been calling our house every single day? And all she ever has to talk to me about is when I'm finally going to get pregnant.
Well, I'm glad that she's keeping it in the back of her head, because I want kids too, you know? I just wish that we didn't have to deal with this awkward timing, you know? Men are actually really delicate when it comes to, well, making babies. We're not like women where we can just go whenever. The conditions have to be just right for us.
Do you really think that I'm just ready to go at the drop of a hat, Nick?
What are you talking about? Of course women are always ready to go. All they have to do is lie there. It's the men who do all the work.
Well, you have to actually do that work first if you want me to get pregnant.
Oh yeah, because you do so much to get me in the mood when it's time. In fact, ever since you quit your job, you've really been putting on weight. Did you know that? I don't know if you've noticed, but even the other women who are your age look much better than you do. Why do you think that I'd want to sleep with a woman like you?
Nick, you are no spring chicken yourself, but I'll also remind you that we're the same age.
Okay, well, even if we are the same age, you still look way worse for wear compared to your peers. It's just like all of your life has drained from you. You used to be so pretty, and now the spark just isn't there. And then, when I do get home, all you do is talk about getting pregnant.
I only bring it up so often because your mom is calling the house every day to talk to me about it. Maybe if you could talk to your mom and stand up for me a little more, then this wouldn't be happening.
You really think you know more about being a good wife and mother than my mom? How about you quit being so high and might and just take her advice?
What I don't get is why you both seem to think that I'm the only one with the problem when it comes to having a kid. Why are you both so quick to assume that the issue is with me? I'm not trying to blame you, but I'm saying that if we both wanted to have kids, then we should try and be more supportive of each other. Because if you're not going to stand up for me and just let your mom keep berating me like this, well, I don't want to live like this. In fact, Your mom even told me that I should just divorce you. Can you believe that?
I told you that you should have just tried and listened to my mom when you had the chance, but now she just wants her grandchildren. Not to mention the fact that even if we had a girl, I know she would want us to keep going until we had a son. So that's why you have to get pregnant now. Who knows if we'll need to have more in the future to make my mom happy.
I don't think that we should be having kids for your mom's sake. It should be something we want.
Well, we're all waiting on you either way. So if you're not going to change anything, you don't have any right to complain. Also, I am sick and tired of hearing you complain about my mom, so don't talk to me about her or getting pregnant anymore. Got it?
Then what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to deal with all of this?
How about you just figured that out on your own, huh? Anyways, I've got work to do, so just leave me alone.
Nick, I really need you to come home early today. You and I have something to talk about.
Whatever it is, you should be able to talk to me about it through text. I still don't know when I'll be able to leave.
But I just really want to talk about this with you face to face.
And I'm telling you that we're going to text each other or we're not going to talk at all. Got it?
Okay, fine then. If that's the way you want it, I know that you're cheating on me.
Excuse me? What are you talking about, Alice?
I mean that I saw you walking arm in arm with that woman on the sidewalk. You both looked so happy.
You saw me walking with some lady on the street, so that's why you think I'm cheating on you? Do you even know who she was?
But her arms were wrapped around yours, and then you both went into an apartment.
Hold on a sec. Are you telling me that you've been stalking me? Man, you're a real creep. Do you know that?
Well, I had never seen this woman before, and I have no idea why else you'd be letting her cling on to you like that.
Man, you really are a little weird sometimes. But do you even have any proof of what you're saying at all? Do you have any witnesses who can back up any of this? Any photos or videos or anything like that?
No, I don't have anything like that at all.
Oh, I see. So you just see me walking around with another woman and you assumed I was cheating. Well, if that's all, then I think we're done here.
That's not all that's going on here, Nick. I mean, you've been making some really weird purchases for the past few months. I saw in your credit card statements that you were going to a women's clothing shop and other brand name stores. Not only that, but you've been telling me all about how busy you are, and yet you managed to go out of state for a meal on a weekend you said you were in the office.
And so what? It's not like I wasn't working then. Besides, I have a lot of reasons for the things that I do, and I don't need to explain them all to you. You've got some nerve trying to piece together my actions through my spending. I really don't know what I'm going to do with you. Maybe my mom was right. Maybe I should leave a barren woman like you.
I am not barren. I told you the doctor said that I'd be able to have kids.
And yet we've been married for 3 years now and still nothing. So if you're not barren, then what are you? And don't you even try to suggest that this is all my fault. We both know that's not the truth.
But how can you be so sure about that? I mean, have you even gone to get examined?
No, I haven't, and there's no need for that anyway. But whatever. Again, it's not my job to explain my life to you. Why don't you pack up your bags and go back to your parents? I'm going to find a younger woman who can actually have kids.
You are just the worst. Do you know that?
Well, trust me, the feeling is more than mutual. And do think that you went to a good school, have a nice job. You were so close to being the perfect bride, if only you could have kids. But I guess that's just a dream for you now. I just hope you never manage to trick another man into marrying you again.
So you're saying you only wanted to marry me because of the information you could find on my resume?
No, it wasn't just that. But all of that showed that you came from a good family with money and brains. Not to mention you used to be so pretty. But then you quit your job, put on a few pounds, and now you're just washed up. It was wrong for you to become a housewife.
You do remember that the only reason I quit in the first place was because your mom didn't think a woman should be working after getting married, right?
Well, she thought that you weren't getting pregnant because you were still working. But now the whole thing was pointless anyways. Just a waste of time that could have been spent on making us money. I should never have married a barren old hag like you.
You and your mom are both just awful. Do you know that? I really don't know what I'm going to do with you both.
That's how I feel about you. But I seriously doubt that anyone is ever going to want to marry you once they find out we were divorced for you being infertile. So let's just sign the divorce papers and get this over with. I never ever want to see your face again. Hey Alice, are you there? Heard you got married, but man, your choice of men must have been great. I mean, just look at him. You can tell that there's probably wasn't a single other woman that would have ever wanted to be with a guy like that.
Nick, what in the world do you think you're doing messaging me like this? Why do you think you have any right at all to comment on my husband? You don't know anything about him.
Well, I tried to talk to you, but you completely ignored me. I thought you would have at least said hi to me. I mean, who would have guessed that we would meet again the way we did, right? It was totally random.
And even so, why in the world do you think that I'd want to say a word to you?
I guess your attitude really has only gotten worse as you've gotten older, huh? I really am glad that we got a divorce when we did. That way I didn't have to waste another day of my life with you. You should know that my wife is pregnant with our second kid now. And this time it's going to be a boy, so we couldn't be happier right now.
Well, good for you. I also gave birth to a son.
Don't lie to me. I already know that you can't have children unless it's a stepchild, but I wouldn't say that you birthed him.
Well, that's because I'm not talking about a stepchild. I'm talking about a child that I had with my husband.
So you could have children after all, huh? Well, I guess maybe it was just that we weren't compatible.
I don't think so. I think you were the one that couldn't have any kids, Nick.
What are you talking about? I literally just told you that I had a kid with a second child on the way. How could I be infertile?
Are you really sure that those kids are yours?
Just what are you getting at, huh?
I mean that ever since we got divorced, I've gone to several more clinics to get second opinions, and no doctor has found any issues with me. In fact, all the doctors have suggested that any issues that might have existed between you and I in terms of having kids were probably your fault.
Well, it sounds to me like you've been going to see a bunch of cranks who don't know what they're talking about.
Tell me, how many doctors have you gone to since we parted ways? In fact, you should know that I actually looked into what you were up to all this time, Nick. You said that you weren't cheating on me, but that was a lie, wasn't it? In fact, the woman you were seeing was pregnant before we even got divorced, wasn't she? I guess that explains why you were so sure that none of this was your fault, wasn't it?
Exactly. I knew from the very start that I wasn't the problem. I knew the problem was always you.
And you're sure that this Marie girl's kids are really yours?
So you know her name too, huh? Well, yes. I know for a fact they're my kids.
Well, you should know that I did even more looking into Marie, and you aren't the only person she's seeing. I'm sure that you had no idea about any of this, but you might want to look more into her.
What? No, that can't be right. You're lying to me.
I'm not lying at all. Did you think that I just guessed her name? No, I've done my homework.
But no, you don't know who she is at all. You're just passing around rumors.
Okay, well, then I assume you must know all about the terrible schools that she attended as well, right?
That can't be right. She told me that she went to one of the top universities in the country.
I see. Well, have you ever seen any diploma from there? Or have you ever been able to confirm if that's true? Because when I looked into her, all I found was a diploma from a very average state school. But that's okay, school isn't everything, and at least you seem happy with this woman.
But was she really lying to me? Are you being serious about this? This is a huge problem if you're telling the truth. What have I been working so hard for if she's out sleeping around on me?
I would assume it's because you love your family and want to provide for them, right?
There's no point in providing for kids that aren't even mine. I would never have married her if I knew that was the case.
Well, I don't see why you're talking to me about this. I mean, you and I aren't even married anymore. It sounds to me like you've got a lot of work that needs to be done and some long and hard conversations that need to be had.
But, I mean, you told me about all of this. I wouldn't have known about all of this if it weren't for you. Please, you have to help me.
I don't have to do anything, thank you very much. In fact, since I know that you were cheating on me while we were married, the only thing that you have coming to you is a lawsuit.
You mean after all this you're going to sue me? Come on.
After After that, I heard through the grapevine that Nick confronted Marie about what I had told him. He made her agree to a DNA test for her children, and in the end, he found out that he indeed was not the father of his first child or the one he was expecting. He went to the doctor who gave him an examination and ran some tests, only to find that he was not, in fact, able to have children. The truth was that Nick has always suspected his first child might not have been his, but he never wanted to ask Marie without reason to. As Nick dealt with the fallout of recent revelations, I began my lawsuit for his affair. I won easily, and Nick and Marie were forced to take out loans to pay me. Because of that, they felt that they shouldn't divorce to pay back things sooner. And yet I hear from neighbors that shouting can be heard coming from their apartment almost every night now. Either way, I'm just glad that it's not my problem anymore. As for me, I went to go and live with my parents for a bit after the divorce. Then I used the lawsuit money to move into a nice condo. I've been very much enjoying the newfound freedom. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey Todd, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that you might be on your own for dinner tonight. But that's okay. You can just pick something up on the way home or fix something for yourself when you do get back.
Oh, are you feeling sick or something? Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. But I guess I just thought that at 5 months of being pregnant that I would stop feeling so queasy. But it's basically been the same ever since I got pregnant. And it's pretty bad.
Oh, I see. Do you think it might be anemia or something like that?
I wonder about that myself. I mean, even my lower back is killing me.
Wow, I'm sorry you're going through all of this. It seems like you're having a worse time than when we had Jack.
I don't think you're too far off, to be honest. But it feels like my whole body is just punishing me for having a second kid. I mean, I've hardly even been able to do anything around the house. And I was thinking of trying to take off work by the end of the month.
I see. Well, I knew that you wanted to go to your parents to have the kids when the time came. I see. Well, I knew that you wanted to go to your parents to have the kid when the time came. But do you think you'd be better off going to them earlier? I mean, I just worry that you might need a lot of care if it's really this bad for you.
No, I think I should be getting better soon. Just a little longer and I know that I'll be okay.
I guess, but you've been saying that you're going to get better for a couple of months, and I'm not really that sure you have at all. I just feel bad because I'm at work all day, which means that when you do stay home, you also have to take care of Jack, and he's only 2. I'm just wondering if you don't think it might be good to be closer to your parents who can also do things for you while you're there.
I know, but I still have another 4 months of this pregnancy to get through. If I went to my parents' house now, I would just be sitting around there for months. Besides, I only needed to go to their house about 2 months before I had Jack.
I understand that, Vanessa. I'm just saying that if you really do feel this bad, maybe we should err on the side of caution. Don't you think?
What are you saying? That I'm old or something?
I mean, we all get old, and that just means having to take more care when it comes to big medical events, like having a kid.
Well, I guess I can't really argue with that. And I do feel bad because I know I've been an awful playmate for Jack to have around. I just bet that he would like it if I took him to the park. But I've just been feeling way too bad for any of that.
Well, if you'd like, I can sure take him there the next time I'm off.
That reminds me. It seems to me like your office is keeping you really, really busy these days.
I know, and it's true. I also feel bad that I don't get to be home as much as I would like to.
Well then, I guess as long as my parents can be there for Jack while I'm away at their place, that would be great. Because it's already going to be hard enough for me being so far away.
Oh, I feel you there. You have no idea how hard it was for me last time when you were gone for those months. But yeah, you should take Jack with you to your parents so they can help you look after him.
Are you sure about that? I mean, I know that you work every day, and some days you don't get home until quite late. That's just another reason why I don't want to go to my parents' house until it's necessary. I just know that you'll have a lot on your plate.
I get that, and I'm really thankful you feel that way. But you need to take care of yourself and not push yourself too hard right now. But why don't you just ask your mom for some advice about this? I mean, if anyone would be able to say if this is a good idea or not, it's her.
You really think my mom would give a fair answer? Because I see her just saying whatever she needed to get me to visit her for that long. And I just know that if I tell her, it's because I'm feeling physically ill, that she would insist on watching over me. Either that, or she'll want to come here and stay with us to watch me.
I don't know how I feel about that. Not that I have anything against your mom or anything like that. Of course.
I know. I didn't think it had anything to do with my mom, really.
I was just thinking you'd be much more comfortable over there and out of the house. I mean, it just seems like you're struggling a bit over here, and if something happened to you while I was away, that would be the worst possible thing.
Man, you really are pushing for me to go back home this time, aren't you? I don't remember you being quite so worried about me the first time around, now that I come to think about it.
What are you talking about? I'm always worried about you. You know that.
Well, if you're really worried about me that much, then I guess you can put your words into actions and show me. For example, if you really do think that you can take care of Jack and the new baby when I get back, that would be great.
Of course. And when you do come back, I promise that I'll get some time off work so we can be together.
You really mean that? Because if you break this promise, I'm going to be very upset. Especially if when I get back, you dump all the child rearing for both our kids on me like you tend to do with Jack.
Okay, I get it. You know, I have a boss who is always telling me how his wife still hasn't forgiven him for taking time off of work after she had their first kid. So don't worry. I'm going to be there for all of us.
Well, I certainly do hope that's the case. Anyways, try not to come home too late, and make sure to buy something for dinner for Jack too, okay? Even just some fast food would be fine.
Oh, actually, I think I might be a little late coming back.
Oh, I see. Well then, I guess it's a good thing I didn't make any dinner after all.
I'm really sorry. I should have said something earlier.
It's okay. But you're lucky I'm trying not to get mad anymore. It just doesn't make me feel any better.
But I promise that I'll come home early tomorrow. I'll even make dinner.
Yeah, sure. You have a fun night, and I'll believe the rest when I see it. Hey, Todd, are you there? I was just curious if you had already gotten back from work. I sent some bags back home. Did you get them?
Yeah, I got them. Thanks so much for this. It's like getting meals delivered right to my door. And you even froze them for me too. Thanks.
Well, I was just worried that while I was away, you and Jack were just eating cheap, pre-prepared food.
Well, anyways, how are you doing? Are you feeling better? Are you glad that you went back home to do this?
I am, yeah. It's been so nice to relax and not have to worry about anything. Not to mention that my parents have loved having Jack around and are doing a good job of playing with him.
There we go. What did I tell you? I knew that this was going to be a good idea.
Yeah, I think this might have been exactly what I needed, to be honest. I was feeling so sore and stressed and sad, but getting all this rest has been just what my body seemed to have wanted.
Well, certainly that's good to hear. I just hope it wasn't a problem with our house. I mean, what if you come back here and start to feel lousy again?
Well, at least we're only a few hours away from my parents. I'm sure they will be able to take me back and forth from theirs. But anyways, I guess now that I'm all rested, I should probably just come back.
Now hold on there. I don't want to waste your parents' time like that. You should just rest there until you're sure that you've recovered all that you need to. And if you need anything from me, I'll just go to your parents' place instead.
You'll really come all the way out here just to see me?
Of course. But I think for now we're going to have to just get used to being apart like this. And I'll be sure to come by and see you before you have the baby.
Okay then. But then does that mean you'll promise that you'll come and visit me before I give birth?
Of course I will. You have my word. I just didn't want you to feel better, come home, feel sick all over again.
Thank you so much for thinking about me like this, Todd. You don't know how much it means to me to have someone like you.
Well, I feel the exact same way. Now, if you excuse me, I have a meal to enjoy from my amazing wife.
Actually, I was wondering if you and I might be able to video call for just a little bit.
Oh, I'm actually about to hop into the bath right now.
Oh, really? But I thought you just said that you were going to eat the meals that I sent you.
Right, I was just going to. But then I thought I'll just take a bath first. I just want to make sure that I'm really well rested tonight, so I was going to try and turn in early.
Oh, okay, I see. Well, that's fine. I guess we can just call it another time.
Yes, of course, and tell Jack that we're going to talk soon too, okay? Anyways, have a good rest of your night, sweetie.
Hello, Vanessa. Are you doing well? It's been a while since we last spoken, hasn't it?
Oh, Melinda, what a pleasant surprise. I'm doing quite well, thank you for asking. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm glad to hear that you've been doing well. I was actually just reaching because I wanted to know if you were interested in coming to this little social club for new and expecting mothers. I know that you have one on the way, but I was just wondering if you wanted to come along with me.
Oh, that is so sweet of you to think of me. But I've actually gone back to my parents' house for now.
Oh, really? Darn. Then I guess that means it's just as I thought.
Sorry? What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, I just mean that one of your neighbors was in my work the other day. I was maybe just doing a little bit of eavesdropping, but I had heard that you and Todd got a divorce, and that Todd even remarried. I was just so shocked to hear that, and I wanted to call and make sure that you were okay.
Wait a second. All I did was go home to my mom and dad to have a kid.
You mean that you and Todd aren't divorced? You just went back to your hometown to give birth?
Yeah, that's right. But did you really hear someone saying that Todd was married to someone else?
I'm sorry. I must have been mistaken. I guess I'm not sure why I thought that. I just jumped the gun on this, didn't I?
Well, I'm not so sure. Would you mind just telling me a little bit more about what you heard?
But you're there at your parents' house to have your kid, right? I just don't think that this is gonna be easiest thing to hear. I really didn't mean to let things slip out the way I did. But are you sure you want to know what happened?
Well, if people back there are talking about us being divorced, it would have to come from something Todd has done, I would guess. And that's exactly what makes me so worried.
Well, you're not too far off. But I really am sorry about all of this.
It's okay. You didn't do anything wrong at all.
I know, but it's just... Well, the person in my store who was talking about Todd said that they had seen some woman they've never met before coming out of the house pretty frequently. And that they hadn't seen either you or Jack in a long time. That's why people were starting to wonder the two of you got a divorce. Apparently, they were a bit concerned since it was always the same woman coming over.
I see. Well, I certainly didn't know about any of this.
And I really am just so sorry to be the one to tell you this while you're pregnant.
It's fine. I think I need some time to process all of this.
Are you sure that you're gonna be okay, Vanessa?
I think so. I just don't think the impact of what this really means has quite hit me yet. I mean, I'm so shocked that I've gone beyond mad and just into unfeeling.
Well, I understand that you've had a lot on your mind, but if there's anything that I can do at all to help or even make things easier, just let me know, okay?
Thank you so much, Melinda, for everything. I think the first thing I need to do is talk to my parents about this. Do you mind if I get back to you later?
Yeah, of course. And if I see that person come into my shop later, I'll try and get more details from them, okay?
Hey there, Todd. Are you back home already?
Oh, hey there, Melinda. Well, I'm done with work, yeah. But how did you know that? Don't tell me you've got people out here spying on me.
I don't need people to follow you around to know what you're doing, Todd.
Okay, I'm sorry. It was only a joke. You know I wasn't serious.
In fact, I know a lot of things, like how you've been bringing another woman into the house.
Wait, what? What is that supposed to mean?
I mean that you probably thought me not being at home meant that you could get away with anything.
But how? This doesn't make any sense.
Don't you know that I can see everything? Anyways, I'm about to get home right now, so I hope you cleaned up all her clothes. But there's no escape for you now.
Melinda, I just wanted to say how truly sorry I am for all of this. I promise that I will never ever betray you like that again. Just please don't divorce me. At least let us talk this out a little more.
Nothing you say is ever going to change my mind about this, Todd. We are going to be getting a divorce, and that is final.
But you're just about to have our second kid. You can't do this.
What does one thing have anything to do at all with the other?
Well, I just mean, how are you going to be able to raise 2 kids on your own?
You're acting as if I hadn't already been raising Jack all by myself. You're the one that's always apologizing for being too busy with work to help me. So in a way, I've already been taking care of 2 children this whole time.
Come on, this isn't fair. But if you want me to do more work around the house, then I can start doing that. I promise.
It's far too late for that now. You have had chance after chance to prove yourself, and you've always let me down. And now that you've gone and cheated on me, there is no coming back from this.
But you know that it's not going to be cheap with 2 kids to feed and clothe and take care of, right? So how are you going to make money?
You're right. I am going to have to make money. But you're forgetting that I was already making more than you when we were married. So I don't think I'll have too much trouble finding work. And my parents have told me that they would be more than happy to watch over the kids while I was away. So basically, divorcing you is going to give me access to the help and freedom that I never had while I was with you.
But your parents aren't going to be able to keep that up forever. They're not as young as they used to be.
I don't care what you have to say right now, because you were the one who went out and cheated on me. I mean, do you really think you're going to talk me down from this?
No, I'm just saying that I'll be able to be there for you in ways that you weren't.
Oh, you'll be there for me? Every month in the form of a child support check, that is. But I don't want you having any more involvement in my life than that.
Look, I know it was bad to cheat, and I know I shouldn't have done it, but don't you think this is taking it too far? I mean, I think you're just emotional from being away from home for so long. Besides, it's not like me and that woman were ever serious with each other at all.
Oh, so I should feel better about you bringing around some woman who don't even really care about into our house then. This is the whole reason why you were pushing so hard for me to go back to my parents' place from the start, isn't it?
It's not like that, I swear. Please. I explained all of this to you yesterday, didn't I? I told you that I was only going to be seeing this woman while you were away at your parents'.
But that's a lie. I got a message from her this morning telling me that she would tell me all that I wanted to know.
Wait, she did what?
She told me about how you two were already talking about getting married even before I went back home. She even told me about how you sent her a message yesterday telling her to keep a low profile since I found out about you two.
Wait, no. You really do have this all wrong. I swear, it wasn't a serious thing. You have to believe me.
What does that mean then? That you were just using the both of us? That you lied to get her to stay too? You really are just a sad, pathetic excuse for a man. Do you know that? But don't worry. I'm going to make sure that you have your day in court. I am going to take you to the cleaners for what you've done to me and this family, and you are going to be left with nothing. Mark my words, Todd. Our divorce had to be put on hold for about a month or so because I gave birth and needed to recover. Thankfully, the baby was perfectly healthy. This gave me the resolve I needed to see things through to the end with Todd. After I told him I had the kid, he drove all the way out to my parents' house, but they chased him off before he could even step out of his car. Realizing that he had no control over this divorce anymore, Todd started getting angry. It turns out that the woman he was seeing was a business partner of his. One day, he barged into her office and basically told all of her co-workers that they were having an affair. After that, I heard the two of them lost their jobs. I don't know what happened to Todd's other woman, but as for Todd, he was forced to pay a huge sum to me for his affair, plus child support. And then he lost his job. I heard that the court has found places for him to work so that he can pay down his legal fees, but that it's going to take a long, long time. As for me, when I first found out about Todd's affair, I was angry. More angry than I had ever been. But suddenly, the anger cleared and it was like a path had opened up in my head, telling me exactly what I needed to do. Although I was calm after that, my parents seemed to be angry in my place and cursed Todd's name anytime it was mentioned. It's a good thing I was able to calm down, because I don't know what I might have done to Todd if I had stayed angry. And with a baby on the way, that wouldn't be good for anyone involved. But either way, my children are safe and healthy, and I'm currently living with my loving and supporting family. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. Kennedy, are you able to talk right now?
Hello, Betty. We can talk if you'd like. I'm just taking a break right now, so I have time. What's going on?
Kennedy, starting this year, did you start to go back to work full-time at all?
Yes, I did. I started in January like we'd been talking about before.
Well, the last time we talked, you told me you'd only be working a few times every month. How are things going now? When did you decide to start working there full-time again like that?
After a little while, I was able to start working more and more there, and now I'm getting plenty of hours. So I told my manager that it would be best to just consider me full-time so that I can get all the benefits that come with the title.
Oh, is that right? But are you still able to keep both the housework and your job well balanced? I know that for a lot of people, a workload like that would be too much for them, and they'd get burnt out easily.
That's a good point. Right now, I've only been working when Riley is at preschool. Once preschool is over, I head back home and make sure to get all the cleaning and cooking done. And so far, that hasn't really been making me any more tired than I was before.
But this whole time you had been a housewife. So having to balance work and chores must be tough on you, right? At least in some aspects?
Well, my husband and I make sure to share some of the work at home to even out the load. And so far, that's been working for us best.
What? You're making my son do chores now, too?
I'm not making him do the chores or anything. He's been coming and helping me out whenever he finds that he has time to. He even said to me already that he kind of enjoys the comfort of cleaning things up at the end of the day.
I'm starting to think it would be better for you not to work a job right now, though. I feel a little bad for my son now because he has to go out and work all day, only to come home and do the chores with you as well.
But the both of us are working full-time for the most part, and neither of us are complaining about how things are going now.
But Kennedy, Riley is only 5 years old right now. There are days where kids will have fevers and colds out of nowhere, right? You wouldn't want that to affect your work schedule or anything when that happens. Your boss might become upset with you if you're always taking time off to be home.
So far, the company I'm with has told me that on days where I need to stay home, I can work remotely and handle both things at once. I like to think this job I have is far more forgiving to mothers than most. I even have the option of taking a week off to work from home if I need to be around a sick child.
I'm sure right now that may seem all good to you. You're able to live off just my son's income though, right?
We are able to, but anything could happen to us at any time. If there were to be something that happened to him, at least I'd still have a job and be pulling in money. Also, being able to work together right now allows us to save a lot more money for the unknown future. We want to have money saved up for Riley as well as ourselves moving forward.
I told you this back when you started to get back to work. I think that while your kid is still young, it's best for you to be around the house taking care of them and the chores. You can work remotely at times, but most of the time you're going into the office, right?
Well, that is true.
What would you do if something were to happen to Riley while you were at the office?
If something happened, of course I'd be putting Riley's needs over anything else.
But there are times where you won't be able to while at work, right? There may be times where you would rather work than leave to take care of your child. Well, I can see right now, though, that you want to work. And no matter what I try and say, you are dead set on that choice.
I'm sorry for not budging. This job is to help us have some emergency funds and things like that in the future. And I've been working for this company for a very long time now, and I love it here. So if I can, I'd love to continue working here a lot longer.
Well, so be it. I understand how you feel about that job now. It must be that my kind of thinking is too old for this new world, right?
No, that's not what I meant by all of that. I can totally understand where you're coming from, Betty. I think it's a very important thing to be around your kid while they're still very young, and I think all moms are aware of that.
You don't have to worry about my feelings, Kennedy. I'd like you just to forget about everything I said, all right?
What? What do you mean?
I understand the truth now, okay? And I realize that it's not right for me to sit here criticizing the life you live. I'm sorry for all the comments about how you handle things at home.
No, you don't have to be sorry for that. I totally understand that you've just been worried about our situation here.
Actually, my son has already gotten upset with me once over the comments I made about the lifestyle you're living there. If I continue to do this to you, then he's going to end up hating me.
I don't think he'd ever hate you. We both understand that you're just trying to look out for us and that you would like for us to hear your opinions is all. Please know that we are all caring for Riley and that we will continue to make Riley number one in this family.
Thank you, Kennedy. Hearing that you understand where I come from really helps me feel better. Now, good luck with both your job and your household chores. I won't say anything else about you working a job, so please relax now. Kennedy, I heard this from my son. In 2 days, you have this very important event for work, right?
That's correct. But I told them I couldn't make it, so don't worry. Riley caught a cold as well, so we've been relaxing with one another at home. I'll stay home until things are better and the cold is gone.
Is that really okay? That's a very important job for you, right?
It is important to me, but that day my husband will be out of town for work as well. I would never be able to leave Riley at home all day while I go to work as well.
But you've been putting in all that hard work there, so isn't it kind of a waste that you don't go? Kennedy, you can leave Riley with me if you want to go to that event.
No, I can't do that. I don't want to trouble you with my family at all.
You wouldn't be troubling me, though. I want to see my grandbaby as well.
But we've decided that I need to prioritize Riley over anything else, including work. Times like this are when I should stay home from work and be there for Riley, right?
So you're still thinking about what I said to you a month ago, right? Well, ever since then, I have been talking to all kinds of people that have worked full-time jobs alongside their husband. They told me that there were always a lot of things going on at home and that having a balanced work and home was a difficult task. So, I've been thinking it would be a good idea for me to be around more to help you out with the housework. I will watch over Riley so you can get to that work event in 2 days. Please.
Betty, are you really okay with doing that for me?
Of course I am. I live close enough to you guys that I can be over to your house anytime. So please, let me help you at times like these. But I'm sorry. It's probably because I was against you having a full-time job as well at first, and that made it hard for you to ask for help from me, right?
No, I've also thought that I had to do everything I could to take care of Riley with my own strength is all. Like you were saying, kids can become sick at any moment and we need to be there for them as mothers. And I don't think I need to hire a babysitter or anything like that just yet for Riley.
Well, a babysitter would be a stranger, right? I'm family and am far more trustworthy. So please, leave Riley to me.
Thank you so much, Betty. To be honest with you, I was really looking forward to going to this event.
That's what I was thinking. I had heard all about it from my son. When you were asked to go to that event and represent your company, you were so happy about it, right? That's why I thought it would be best for me to text you and let you know that I can take care of Riley for you. I understand that before I was really annoying about not wanting you to work all the time. But now, I think this would be a good chance for me to come and see my grandkid, while also helping out the family.
That is so kind of you to think that.
You don't have to praise me for that. Now, how is Riley doing at the moment? You said it's a cold, but is there a fever as well?
The fever has gone down quite a bit since this morning. And I'm thinking in a few days Riley will be able to eat normal food again.
I see. Then I'll make sure that the two of us just sit back and relax there. We'll just watch some movies and play with some toys, and try not to move around too much.
Is it really okay for me to ask you to handle all of that? You must have had plans of your own before hearing about this, right?
Hey, you don't have to keep asking me if this is all right or not okay. I will take good care of Riley, so just relax. I didn't have any plans before, and I was just going to be sitting around my house anyway. I also have a lot of experience after raising my son, so please, let me take good care of Riley while you're gone.
Well then, thank you very much for this, Betty. I'm going to start preparing some food for dinner now. If you have any other questions about the house or Riley, please let me know. I might not always be able to take any calls, but if you just text me, I'll make sure to get back to you.
Sounds good. And if there's anything else you want to tell me about before you go, or even while you're on that trip, you just text me as well. I plan to do the chores and anything else you need done while you're gone.
You don't have to do all of that. Just make sure that Riley is safe and happy, and that'll be more than enough for us. Once again, thank you for the help, Betty. I'll send you my schedule once I get it from the company, so that you're aware of where I'm at and when I'll be getting home.
Kennedy, there's something I'd like to ask you.
Caroline? Has something happened?
When I met with you yesterday, you had said your daughter was sick, right?
Well, that's right, but today she should be fully recovered from that cold she had. And her fever was even gone, so we assumed that she'd be able to go back to preschool again.
I know that you normally have a neighbor come and take care of things at your house if you're not home. But this time, you've done something really ridiculous. Honestly, I can't even begin to understand why someone like you would do this.
What? What are you talking about?
Stop trying to play dumb here. What are you doing to your daughter? I'm going to call the police right now.
The police? Right now, Riley should be with my mother-in-law at the house, so what's happened to them? I'm not really sure why you'd call the police on them.
She's with your mother-in-law? So you're not even at your house right now?
That's right. Right now, I'm at a work event and won't be home for some time. So my mother-in-law should be taking care of Riley while I'm out of town.
I'm so sorry, Kennedy. I thought that you were around with Riley. Come home immediately, please. Your daughter is on the balcony right now.
What? Riley's on the balcony?
Yes, I was just opening all the windows to my house a second ago, but then I started to hear this really loud crying from your house. I went over to have a look and see if it was Riley, and that's when I saw her up on your balcony screaming her head off. And she's not even wearing any clothing right now.
You're kidding me. What's going on now?
I ran back to my house because I panicked and immediately started to text you. I thought this was your doing, so that's why I was all upset with you. But if you're not going home right now, that would mean your mother-in-law was the one that locked Riley out there.
Caroline, I'm coming home right now. Can you please call the police for me while I come home? Thank you so much for telling me about this.
No, I'm sorry for being angry at you like that. I'm not going to be able to do much for Riley until the police arrive, but I'll try and give her a blanket or something to wrap up in. Please, be careful on your way home. Kennedy, you're so mean. What the hell were you thinking calling the police like that? I had to be taken in for questioning and everything after they placed me under arrest.
Betty, I never thought you'd talk to me again after what you've done. Do you not even feel sorry for what you've done to my daughter?
I just put Riley out there as a way of punishing her. It's her fault for acting out towards me. And I was only going to leave her out on the balcony for 30 minutes as punishment. Why would you have the police call on me for having her out there for only 30 minutes? And you ended up having your neighbors get involved, all right?
Riley is only 5 years old, Betty. Yet you put her out in the cold like that? And weren't the two of you just supposed to be taking things easy while I was away?
It's her fault for not listening to an adult like me. I was being so kind to her, yet she never listened to anything I asked. All that came out of her mouth was sass. That's proof that you're not raising that girl correctly.
No, it is not. Riley is a very kind and cute little girl.
If she was such a kind little girl, then she wouldn't be doing things that got her placed outside the house.
I heard about what had happened from Riley. You were telling her to start telling me to quit my job, weren't you? But she didn't want to say things that she didn't think to me, so she kept saying no to you, right? And that's why you took her while she was naked and forced her onto the balcony as punishment. That's what she told me.
You're believing what a 5-year-old is telling you? She was making the whole dang house a mess while I was there and commanding me to clean it all up for her. Did she tell you about that? That's why she needed to be punished. I will not have you believing the lies she's telling you.
There also happens to be a bruise on her chest. Was that from you, Betty?
What are you talking about now? I don't remember her ever getting a bruise there.
Stop. I already know what happened. I am no longer going to allow you anywhere near my daughter again, and that's final. And my husband has been saying he's cutting ties to you, so don't even bother trying to talk to any one of us anymore.
He's cutting ties to me? What are you saying? You guys are the ones that should be apologizing to me, yet you still think that I'm in the wrong here? I was trying to be supportive of you both working at the same time, and that's why I took time out of my day to go and watch your daughter.
Even if we should be thankful for that, I never asked you to lock my daughter out on the balcony with no clothing on. I don't care if she was misbehaving around you. You do not put a child of any age out on the balcony like that in the freezing cold without any clothes on.
You're only saying that because you spoil the kid, right? I did that to her because she was being bad. I do not have time to be dealing with the police right now, so don't start making such a big deal out of this. The police were all upset with me even. They never thought they would have to take a call and come to such an idiotic case.
From what I was told, the police were trying to explain to you how idiotic you were being by putting a 5-year-old on the balcony like that and not giving a single crap about it. I don't think you completely understand what's happened here, Betty. Do not, ever, come around my family again.
You hold it right there. There is no reason to be cutting ties to me, right? I am your husband's mother of all people.
Don't ever try calling or texting us again. And right now, in order to stay away from you, we're thinking of moving to a new house.
What about Dad then? Even if you cut ties to me, you're still going to keep in touch with him, right?
We plan to, yes.
Then everything will be all right. I'm sure I'll figure out through him where you guys move to next. I can even go to my son's work to talk with him there as well.
And if you ever do show up to his office, he said he'll call the police on you again and have a restraining order placed on you. Also, your husband is thinking of divorcing you right now, Betty.
Huh? What are you going on about now? There's no way my husband would want to divorce me right now, right?
Right now, your husband isn't at your house, right? That's because he's here with us right now talking to his son about the divorce.
Hold on a second. Why does he think he needs to divorce me?
Because you put his grandchild out onto our balcony all naked in the freezing cold. And I don't think he's going to forgive you for doing something like that to his grandchild.
I've told you already it was me punishing her.
Even if it was punishment, you should still understand that there are things you should never be doing to a child. It's still winter right now. Thank God our neighbor was able to go outside and see that Riley was out there freezing, but had she not, who knows what would have happened to her? Then you would have been in a lot worse trouble with the police and might even be in prison right now.
Well, back when I was raising your husband, that was the way we punished our children.
Well, if that's the case, then your husband should be agreeing with what you did. But right now he's telling us that you took things way too far there.
I get it already. I'm sorry for being too strict towards your daughter. Can you please tell my husband to rethink divorcing me and forgive what happened?
I would like you to ask that of your husband yourself, Betty. And there's no need apologizing to my daughter anymore. You're never going to be seeing her again, so she doesn't need anything from you.
I'm telling you that I want to apologize to her, though.
Well, you've done something that's unforgivable, so an apology will only be wasting all of our time. I can't even forgive you after that because I thought I could really trust you with my daughter. I'm not sure what's going to end up happening between you and your husband, but my family will be cutting all ties with you and will never see you again.
I'm so sorry, Kennedy.
So you really weren't okay with me working a full-time job as well then? You were so against it that you'd try and wrap my child up in your plan to get me to quit?
You have it all wrong there. I really put her out on the balcony like that because she was being selfish. That's all. Believe me, please.
Shut up already, you asshole. We already know the truth, and you're not going to be able to change it. I am never going to trust you again, so just frickin' stop. Honestly, I was an idiot for trusting you in the first place. Because after just one time of me letting you take care of Riley for me, things turned out so badly that I'm afraid of you now. I will never ask anything from you again, nor will I ever talk to you again. There will never be another day where I trust you with anything. Right after that, my family and I moved to a new house and found a new place a town over that seemed to suit us well. Next year, Riley will be going to kindergarten and everything, and this area happens to have a really good school system that will really suit her. Now, let's get to talking about what happened with my in-laws after that very upsetting incident. I have to admit, it was a bit disappointing that my mother-in-law wasn't actually put in jail for her actions. But she was written up by the police and would now be getting contacted by them regularly to make sure she wasn't causing any other trouble. Also, after we had moved, my father-in-law went and got divorced from my mother-in-law. And after that, she was completely quiet about everything as my father-in-law moved out of that house. Apparently, once she realized the divorce wasn't just some lie from me and that her husband was very serious and even brought a lawyer along, there was nothing else she could do but sit and agree to the conditions. She got to keep the house and all of that, along with some of her husband's money, but she was never allowed to come and see my family again, nor was she allowed to go anywhere near my husband's office. That was a part of the legal agreements in the divorce, and if she broke either one of those rules, she would be taken to court and have to pay my father-in-law and my family a large fine. My husband and I were told about these rules by my father-in-law, and we both think this is the right step to be taking with her. The rest of the family has also been made aware of what's happened and the rules that have been made, so we're pretty sure she won't be causing any more problems for us. Both my husband and his father have no plans of ever forgiving her for everything she's done, and I'm going to leave that choice up to them in the future, in case they ever want to give her another chance. Of course, my father-in-law didn't move too far away from my mother-in-law, and told us he's keeping a close eye on her and will let us know if she's up to anything outside her house. We've told him, though, that if he ever does want to just forget about her and leave, he's more than welcome to move into our house with us and we'll take good care of him. But he said he still feels responsible for her and will continue to watch her until one of them isn't around anymore, as a way of protecting both his son and his granddaughter. We are never going to forget what she had done to our little girl, and there's probably never going to be a day where she's able to see us in person again. We are actually hoping that because of this outcome, she'll regret everything she's done for the rest of her life and will continue to leave us alone. When things come to my job, I've started to settle down a little again. In order to be home with my daughter, as I'm not trusting anyone else to watch her inside my home. I just want to be with my daughter for a while until all the wounds she received from my mother-in-law have healed. Had my husband and I never allowed her around the family in the first place, though, something like this would have never happened. I still do want to leave the house and work full-time again at times, but I'm going to wait until my daughter is older and can take care of herself more. I will make sure that she's ready for anything before I leave her home alone or with any strangers. So once my daughter is healed up and happy again, my husband and I will begin raising her to be an even more kind and independent girl, so that we know she'll be all right while we're out of the house. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.